Hi there, Visionary family, and welcome back to another one with Lady Visionary. Hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. If you're new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Please subscribe. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm Lady Visionary. I relocated from the UK and now I am living in Rwanda. So this is where I'm doing the live. I'm currently in Rwanda. For those of you who don't know, I was actually born in Jamaica, but left when I was very, very young and spent most of my life in the UK before moving on. And now I am living in Rwanda. So for today, we're just basically going to be discussing what's happening in Jamaica, talking a bit about what's happening in Jamaica. It's quite disheartening, guys. It's quite disheartening what is happening out in Jamaica. And I've been on phone calls to people. There was a couple of days where we could not get connection. People were struggling to reach their families, including myself. I was super, 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 super worried about family. So make sure when you come in, guys, the way you can support this chat or this channel or what I'm trying to do with Jamaica is by smashing that like button. I would really appreciate it, guys. I would really appreciate it. So if you do see me looking down, that's because I have another phone in front of me. Just checking a few things, making sure the sound is okay. It's been a while since I've come on live. Oh my goodness, it has been a while since I've come on live. But I thought it was so important for me to just come on, right? So we're just going to wait a little bit for some of you to get into the live. Hello, 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 and welcome. If you're in, let me know where you're listening in from. I would really appreciate it. Where are you listening in from? I would really appreciate that. Okay, let me know where you're listening in from. On this live, we're going to be talking all things Jamaica, right? All things Jamaica. So let me know where you're listening in from. Are you currently in Jamaica? Do you have family in Jamaica right now? And do you want to come in and share anything on this live? Let me know, guys. Please do let me know. Yeah, we're praying. We're really praying. I'm praying for Jamaica right now. And I know so many others are praying for Jamaica right now. It's just really heartbreaking, to be honest. Really heartbreaking what's happening or what's happened, right? And we're going to talk a bit about that today. So please make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Really appreciate it so much. We're just waiting for a couple more, and I'm hoping that you guys will be engaging. I hope that you'll be engaging in this one. Hope you'll be engaging in this one. Right? Right. Hello, 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 guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, guys, prior to Hurricane Melissa, I thought when I heard about it, then it's planned to hit Jamaica and other parts of the Caribbean, I was just like, no, it's just gonna it's gonna come and pass through. Although it was predicted to be like a 4-5, it's just like, no. I I was kind of in disbelief, to be honest. I was like, no, it's just gonna it's gonna come through, and you just pray, really. You just pray and you go, no, things are gonna be all right. Jamaica's gonna be all right. But then I was like, you really need to take this seriously. You need to analyze and look at this. And I started thinking about some of the structures that the homes were made of in Jamaica, are made of in Jamaica, the type of building materials that a lot of homes are made out of, you know. I started just thinking on a deeper level about what was going to happen. And I started to fear the worst for Jamaica. In fearing the worst for Jamaica, I was also trying to be hopeful. I could see that even Jamaicans themselves were like, no, this is going to come and pass us. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. And I mean, in some parts, it's good to have that type of spirit, but also it's also important to be realistic. So I started to anticipate the devastation of Hurricane Melissa, before it even hit Jamaica. I was like, this is going to be bad. But I'm just praying and hoping for the best. But prior to the devastation, I was anticipating that this is going to be bad. So when Hurricane Melissa finally hit Jamaica, and I was seeing some of the images on social media, I was in disbelief. Visionary family, I was in disbelief. I was like, no way, this is a dream. This is what? Okay, let me call my family. Let me call my family and see what's going on, because surely I can rely on my family to tell me what's going on. They'll tell me the truth. And in some instances, guys, I was just like, because there's a lot of AI stuff out there, and sometimes you can't even tell what is real from what is fake. So I was kind of thinking that some of the images that are coming out on social media was AI generated. So I needed to talk to my family. So when I started to call my family in Jamaica, I could not reach anybody. Like, the phone lines were practically dead. Phone lines practically dead, right? Francis is in the building. Thank you so much. I will be looking at comments shortly, but as you come in, please, just like the live stream. If you can support, please support. I'd appreciate. Also have a link as well, PayPal link. So yeah, I started reaching out to my family in Jamaica. Phone lines, as I said, they were dead. I can't reach anybody for like 2 days. Can't reach anyone, or a day and a half. I could not reach anyone. At this point now, I am starting to get severely worried, because I'm seeing the devastation, but I can't hear from my family. I can't hear from anyone. Finally, I hear from people in Kingston, my family in Kingston, and then my family in Kingston are basically telling me, sorry, I'm looking down because I want to also see your comments. It's a bit difficult on this screen. So if I'm looking down or to the side, that's because I'm also trying to make sure that I don't miss your comments, guys. So please bear with me. So I start to hear from my family, some of my family in Kingston. And my family in Kingston, where they are, they were like, the wind kind of came and passed through. So, or the hurricane winds. So for them, they were like, for us, we're okay. We're a little bit shaken up, but we're fine. We're fine. Our houses and stuff, we're good. We're all right. But a lot of them had like, they were told to, shop and just store food and just be comfortable. So that's what they did. Now I'm saying, okay, our family in St. Elizabeth, have you heard from them? My family in Kingston are saying, no, we're trying to call them, but the network is dead. We can't get through to them. We're worried, you know. At this point, we have a WhatsApp group, so we're trying to communicate to each other and so on and so forth, just to make sure everybody's all right. But I can't get through to anyone in St. Elizabeth, and my family in Kingston cannot get through to my family in St. Elizabeth. So anyway, after about I think 3 days now, we're starting to hear from family members in St. Elizabeth because, as you know, St. Elizabeth is one of the hard hit areas by the hurricane. Very, very badly hit, right? So we now hear from some family members, St. Elizabeth is practically on the floor. Like, roofs have been blown off. So many families are left without shelter, left without food, left without water, supermarkets damaged. I mean, it's just looks horrific. It just looks horrendous, right? You know, people have cried. I just got off a phone call just this morning, like just this morning. People have cried. They've never seen anything like it. St. Elizabeth currently has no water. No water, guys. Like, food is limited. I mean, the government is helping. However, what I'm hearing as well is that the government has not reached certain places. The government of Jamaica has not reached certain places, right? So you have people still trapped and can't get out even now. They don't even anticipate, like, you can't even anticipate the number of people that are dead because, they've all of that mud and, all of that water. It's gonna take months to recover, to see the level of damage, the level of death, the number of deaths, should I say. So the people are just kind of shook up right now. Jamaica is really shook up right now, and I'm here in Rwanda, somehow limited because I know families are sending barrels, like sending just packing things to help family back in Jamaica. And it's a little bit difficult because of my current geographic location in Rwanda. And I know that I feel like if I was in the UK, I could probably do a lot more. But at the same time, I'm like, instead of sending barrels that could take, 4 weeks, it's probably better to send them money so they can mobilize and buy what they need quickly. It goes far beyond my family members. So many people have been displaced. Right now, one of my aunt was telling me that because of the rainfall, because of the water, you got water and sewage all mixed. People have to be navigating their way in dirty water, in sewage, and I'm anticipating the disease spread. M- Um, even for them right now, mosquitoes an issue. They're worried about some of the diseases that are going to be caused by mosquito bites. Um, I'm a part of me for a couple of days was the shock. I swear, guys, I was just in total shock. I was just like almost numb, almost like this is a dream. It took me a couple of days to really understand what's going on, and that actually people in Jamaica need our help, need my help. What can I do? Do I need to? Because I even tried to set up a GoFundMe, only just to realize that GoFundMe doesn't even work in Africa no more. They've literally banned Africa. So if any person's raising funds by GoFundMe, if I'm not in the West or in the Americas, I can't see that page and I can't open a GoFundMe page. So what I did is I opened a PayPal fundraiser to see if that's a way I can try and raise funds for family and the wider community. I kind of felt like, oh my God, am I doing enough? Should I leave Rwanda and go to the UK where I can set up a GoFundMe? Should I go to Jamaica and be on the ground? Like, so many different thoughts were going through my head. I have a newborn baby that's only 7 months, but I was like, I was saying to my husband, I need to go, I need to be there, I need to help, I need to And he's like, hold on, like the money that you could take to fly there, and you might as well just send it, you know? But this is going to take months, if not years, to rebuild Jamaica. People are displaced. People are sick. Right now, the phone call I got off from St. Elizabeth, the main hospital in Black River, where Black River, St. Elizabeth is on the ground. The main hospital is not functional. They had to come in with helicopters to fly people out, to fly people out who are sick. So the population within St. Elizabeth, what's going to happen when there's a disease outbreak? Because if they don't have access to clean water, and also people are raising up the prices, extortioning the prices. So it means that it's even more expensive. How can you be exploiting your own people? We have grassroots organization, and that's one thing my aunt said, is that the people from around the world are now coming and helping, and they are grateful. They're so grateful, but it's not enough. Government is helping, but they're not reaching those areas. Even my auntie and uncle, they're currently trapped in the street. It's my family who are traveling from Kingston, and I wonder how many families are traveling to come and try to get into these areas so they can give their family members food and water. That's how deep it is. And sometimes, obviously, when you're not there and you're seeing these things on social media, you almost feel removed. You feel removed, but you have to know that these are real people. And I wanted to come on social media to add to what is already out there, to say, you know, these things are happening and people are out there and they really need help. Can we do something? Can we mobilize together? What can we do? What can we do? Like, what do you suggest? Like, I'm going to read some of the comments here. Um, Francis, thank you so much. You're saying, I saw the video of President Mahama of Ghana donated some goods to Jamaica, Cuba, and Sudan. Yes. Jamaica really needs help, and all these other countries as well. Even in Sudan, what's going on? Cuba. Anyway, how are you and your family? Like, us here on this side, Rwanda, we're good. We're okay, but at the same time, we're worried. We're really, really worried. Yeah, we're worried. I'm not gonna lie. Not just about today, but what's to come, because people are outside, as you see in the social media, no shelter, and I feel like there needs to be a better plan, because that's how people are going to be exposed and they're going to become sick. How do you get water to people? In some areas, there's some exploitation of prices, you know. People don't have, in St. Elizabeth, there's no light. There's no light. They need a backup plan right now. They need solar. They need solar energy. Solar energy, yeah. So your husband is right, particularly when you guys have 7-month-old baby. Yes, my baby's 7-month-old, but in the moment I was just like, they need help. I need to go. I need to, my family, what. But in the moment, because you're just like, this is crazy. This is so, so crazy. And I think obviously there'll be others who will be watching the live afterwards. So it'll be great to hear from you guys in the comments. Do you have family? Do you have friends that are there? What is the response? What are other people doing? That are not on the ground, because I'm seeing people on the ground, and I'm like, everybody needs to pull together and support as best they can. How do I support my family? Yes, but also how can we extend that to the wider community as well? I've set up the PayPal um, fundraiser, GoFundMe, which is what people are particularly used to. I'm not able to set that up from Rwanda, or I can't even see. I can't even see GoFundMe page or website. It just won't open up at all in Rwanda. So yeah, we are praying and hoping for the best. However, we should expect some of the worst coming from Jamaica. People are traveling. Those that are not so badly affected, like for example in Kingston, and parts of Mandeville that are still kind of open, they're going there shopping and then taking it to, for example, St. Elizabeth in my case, where, my family that are okay are shopping there and taking it up to St. Elizabeth to support the community, themselves, and their neighbors and so on and so forth. So the good thing is that the Jamaican people are pulling together. There's definitely a community spirit. And people are working together as much as they can, right? As much as they are able, they're coming together and working together. However, support is needed. And one of the concerns I have is the delay of the support getting to where it needs to get fast. So I believe that it will get worse before it gets better. That's what I believe. And I think that's the same sentiment with the people that I've been speaking to. It will get worse before it gets better, unfortunately. And I don't know if anyone knows the actual death toll at the moment from Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica. I think it was like the last time I saw was like 7 or 8. But I'm being told that there's a lot more. People are trapped. Bodies are trapped under the dirt, in houses, in water. People are trapped. So, and people, they're not able to get to those areas yet. They haven't gotten to those areas yet. So we can expect the death toll to keep on rising as the days go by. Yeah. Let me know, guys. What's your suggestions? What can I do from here? I was even thinking to put together an Amazon list by talking to the people in Jamaica. Can I put together a Amazon list, and then potentially ship some things down to Jamaica? I'll be interested to hear from you guys as well in the comments. Because I'm just like, let's try to rally, let's try to come together, let's try to do something. What can we do? How best should I approach this? All right. My mind is all over, especially when I'm trying not to consume too much of the content of social media, because it's a lot, it's overwhelming. And when you have family on the ground, you're even more connected to everything that's going on. So I'm literally just trying to block some of it out because it's overwhelming. I can't believe. Yeah, I can't believe it. Can't believe it at all. And I'm just trying to make sure that I know many people are not able to sleep comfortably in Jamaica right now. Many, even the ones that are not affected. Imagine schools have been destroyed. Children are not able to go to school. Can I mobilize books? Already they need water. They need school supplies. They need solar panels. They need water. So I'm going to do my best, guys. I'm going to do what I can. And obviously I have a platform as well. So I'm going to try and see if I can mobilize supporters to support Jamaica. And even if you don't want to support via this channel, you can support via the government's official channel as well, if that's how you want to do it. You can also contact grassroots organizations that are on the ground, because we can't just turn a blind eye. We can't just turn a blind eye, guys. We have to do what we can. You know, I have a platform of what, over 10,000 people. And I'm like, if everyone donated just $1, it's 10,000 plus. At some point, guys, I think I will go to Jamaica in the next couple of months. I do see myself out there. I really do. I really do. Yeah. Yeah. So Francis is saying it's a good point as well. I think if you plead to companies in Rwanda to support whatever they can donate. Yes. So I'm already starting a campaign, and there are people here in Rwanda who are willing to support as well. And imagine I'm getting some small donations from Rwandans, right? But I can't really call that small because every little helps. So yeah, Rwandans will be supporting. I'm already mobilizing. I'm already mobilizing. But also, raising awareness, so that people know that what's going on in Jamaica is real. It's so real. I have family on the ground, people who are crying like, Carrie Ann, this is bad. This is bad. I don't know how we're going to bounce back from this, but they're also being hopeful as well, which is good. On one hand, they're saying, we've never seen anything like this. On the other hand, they're like, you know what, we're going to pull through. And that's the spirit that you have to have. Imagine going to sleep, waking up, did they even sleep? Just waters everywhere. Homes are flooded. Glass are shattered. My aunt sent me a picture of her church. Glass everywhere. You look up, you go into the church, you look up, and you just see the skies. And that's the scenario for so many Jamaicans in those areas affected. The walls are gone. Everything is gone. The roof, they go into the house, they look up, they're seeing the sky. I can't imagine that happening overnight and the world just turning a blind eye. I can't imagine, right? Or for us, if we can do just a little bit, as I said, my channel has over 10,000 supporters. If everyone donated just $1, I've sent the link in the chat. It's pinned. If you want to support, I will be so transparent, like showing receipts. On Monday, I'm going to also send what I've collected to Jamaica via Western Union. That's this Monday, right? So if you want to support, please, 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 you have the link. You can go and support via the Jamaica website as well, government website. You can actually contact grassroots organizations on the ground. There's so many ways that you can help Jamaica. Obviously, for me, because I'm so connected in that way, because my family are on the ground, I am fundraising for them, and it goes beyond them because they are also, whatever they get, they have to share with their community. They have to share with their neighbors. So it's not like it's just for them. It's for their neighbors as well. They see that their neighbors need help. You know, there's some people even holding signs to say, I'm hungry, they need food. There's some people who feel like they've been reduced to begging. They have no other choice. They have to be out there begging to say, I need food, I need water. Imagine being in that situation where you're hungry, your children are hungry, and you're having to go out there when those trucks come and really just beg because you have no other choice. And that's what a lot of people have been reduced to right now. Some people won't even go out there. Some people feel so ashamed they will not even go out there to beg for food. Right? And this is information that I'm getting off the ground. Like, I've been on phone calls this morning. And my plan is to also see if I can get some of them to talk directly on here on YouTube. That's my plan. So we can know more about what's going on from people who are actually on the ground. And what my biggest question as well is, why is aid taking so long to get to those who need it the most? Because still till today, we have people who have not received aid, that need it, that need food, that need water. They've not received it. You have people going to wells in St. Elizabeth to buy water. You have people increasing the prices, extorting the prices, and they know that people are already suffering. People are suffering, guys. This is the truth. People are suffering. This is real. This is truth. And as much as I said that you have the community that are rallying around and supporting each other, they're coming together, but you also have some people who are exploiting. You have people who are exploiting. And that's so sad to see. And I know this is not something new. It's not something new that we see, that some people, off of other people's suffering, they start to gain. They see that as a business opportunity. Sometimes you watch the world and you're just like, you just freeze. Because you're like, if I feel sympathy, if I feel like I want to help, if I feel like I want to give my last coin to people that are in need, but another person will see that as an opportunity to exploit. Your own brother, your own sister can see that as an opportunity to exploit. And so I kind of struggle to come to terms with that. However, I cannot be fixated on that. I cannot be fixated on that. You know? My aunt was telling me about, the fact that in St. Elizabeth there's no electricity. Okay, we have to go and buy something, some sort of solar thing to help us to be able to see in the dark. But she said, Carrie Ann, the price that these people are charging, the price. I'm like, okay, is it better for me to send these solar items in a barrel down to Jamaica? But then on the other hand, some people are saying, well, some of the things that are being sent to Jamaica, you open the barrel and some of the contents are missing. I'm like, look at that. Do I want to put all this effort into sending the barrels and then those key items are missing? So I also want to know from others who are sending barrels to Jamaica, I want to know, has everything been intact? Have anything been missing? I want to know. I want to know. Situations like now is why we need direct flight from Africa to the Caribbean in order to transport logistics for immediate relief. That's true. That's true. That's the first thing that came into my head, because I remember when the Prime Minister of Jamaica came to Rwanda, and there were talks also about flights going to Jamaica, and I was like, oh my God, that would be so great. Be so great. But it's not something that's active right now. So even if I wanted to go to Jamaica right now, it's I'm obviously flying through the US, for example, and it's costing an arm and a leg. Or I'm flying through the UK. I have to go, full circle, and it's costly. Whereas if you had a direct flight, you know, from Africa, it would be a big relief. Some point, guys, as I said, I am thinking I have to leave Rwanda because I'm so connected, because I have family there. And when your family are calling you and you're telling you the situation on the ground, my family, they're not gonna lie to me. Karen, this morning, 4 o'clock, Rwanda time, said the situation. My aunt said, Carrie Ann, the situation is bad, and I got a lot of family members there, and I'm sure, and there's so many, not just my family members, but you see that there's so many people that need help, that need support. Sorry, I'm looking down, making sure that I'm seeing. I've got another phone in my hand, making sure I see all your comments. Amri Life Tour in the building. Hello, good morning from Colin and Carolyn. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate. So yeah, my appeal really is to anybody who's interested to support Jamaica. We need your support, however big or small. If you want to support via me directly, through my family, to the community, if you want to support via the Jamaican government website, but for me, I need to get relief in immediately. And to what I'm seeing, some parts of St. Elizabeth, or a lot of St. Elizabeth, are not getting the support that they need. So that's why for me, I'm doing whatever I can. This morning, I was even making phone calls to the UK to see if people there can help. Whether it's set up a GoFundMe, I was discussing sending barrels with those essential items that are needed. This is going to take Jamaica years to recover from. In the meantime, sickness, diseases, as I said, um, people are really concerned about the mosquitoes right now, right? And they're scared that there's going to be a disease outbreak. And I fear the worst. I do, right? So I've been made up this morning, the crack of dawn, just making phone calls, speaking to my family members who are, in the diaspora, right? How are we going to do what we can? How are we going to act? Because they're going to need long-term support. But in the interim, it's like, what can we do now? Because the the input from the government is a bit slow. So what can we do now? What can we do now? So yeah, it's really heartbreaking, but I'm just trying to not get too emotional about it. I'm trying not to like be emotional. Like obviously there's emotions there. There will be emotions there. My family. I just feel like, oh my God, can they be airlifted out? Can you know? Just thinking about so many different things, but I'm trying not to be emotional because, or too emotional, because it's going to affect the way that I'm thinking, basically. So yeah, I don't know if anyone has any questions, but this live is just to raise some awareness, I guess, and to tell you firsthand that Jamaica needs support. And it may not be through me directly to my family, but if you can help in any way through these other different platforms, by all means, please do. Because Jamaica's going to need the support. And I'm praying and hoping, but I'm fearing the worst. Yeah, I'm fearing the worst. So I've not been particularly happy about the disaster response by the government, if I'm honest. And so with that, there'll be a lot of lives lost. Yeah, there'll be a lot of life lost. And to see people, only just on the foundation of what was their home, no walls, no roof, no nothing. I mean, even like I just look back at Jamaica when I was a child from what I could remember, and I'm like, Jamaica is unrecognizable. It's unrecognizable to me. Even if you look at some of the images of Jamaica before and now, it's unrecognizable. So you can actually, do your own research. Some people may think, oh, Lady Visionary, you're you're hyping it up, but go out there and do the internet is there. Instagram, it's on TikTok. Do your research. Jamaica's reporting on it. Do your research. So, guys, I'll be happy to hear from you what your suggestions will be. What do you think I should do? I do want to be in Jamaica, but I guess for the moment, now is not the right time. So whilst I'm building up to that, what can I be doing? I'm already fundraising, using my platform to also highlight some of the issues. Okay. Francis, you could also start start a hashtag campaign for support. Yeah, so you'll see me. I'm going to be doing what I can. I feel like we need a community. Like if there's diasporans, people who have a heart to help others, if we can come together and do something, brainstorm, give me your ideas. I'm doing what I can, and I want this to go beyond just my family. So hence why I'm like, you know what, let me come on, let me use my platform for good. Let me use my platform for good. And for those of you who don't know, I actually have a master's in global health and international development, disaster and adaptations. So I kind of feel like there's this calling to also do something, to do more than just, okay, just watching the content about Jamaica or just supporting my family, sending money to make sure that they have water. They can buy water and be okay. So I just want to, I want to highlight, I want to let people know that this is real. People in Jamaica are actually suffering. They're actually suffering. And if we can do something to help even one person, because today I was just thinking like the short-sightedness of leadership really affects people. So I'm thinking, even before Hurricane Melissa striked, I mean, obviously we've got data and people were praying and hoping that somehow it would divert. But you have to know that, it's a hurricane prone area. So the level of preparedness I had started questioning, was it actually in place? Did Jamaicans have things in place to protect them from the hurricane? And some people were like, oh, we could never have anticipated it coming. But if people's houses are made out of wood, if people are living along the shorelines, if people have zinc on their roofs, if people don't have access to good health care, the attitudes of Jamaicans. So those are things that the government should definitely have been working on way before the days of Hurricane Melissa, way before. So I question, was there a good disaster plan? And then also, um, the government has waived taxes for support that is coming into Jamaica from individuals from the diaspora. First, it was for a month. Now they've extended it to 2 months. But I'm thinking it's going to take more than 1 or 2 months or 3 months to recover from this. So how can the government just waive the taxes for just 2 months? It's not enough. And by the time the support gets to Jamaica, it could take, if you're sending barrels, it could take a month, it could take 2 months. And by the end of that, what you have to pay the taxes. Surely this relief needs to be extended, let's say 6 months to a year, because Jamaicans are going to need that support. They're going to need the support. They're really going to need the support. So yeah, thank you so much, Francis. I've been on 47 minutes. I really appreciate your input and just, yeah, your suggestions. That's been really helpful. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to do what I can. So I'm appealing to everyone out there who watch this live to say you may not support through me directly, but there's different ways you can support. I will leave the link down below in the description. So if you are interested to support, then you can go ahead and do that. Just access the link. And I'm happy to be transparent for you all to know that I will be collecting the receipts. Anything that I send, it will be via Western Union to Jamaica, and that is to support what is going on right now in Jamaica. The disaster, the catastrophe, the fact that families are left without water, without food, or limited food. My aunt was telling me that supermarkets are damaged. Damaged. People are coming out, communities are coming out, people are cooking and, trying to do the best that they can. But it's short term. They need a long-term plan. They need a long-term plan. They really need a long-term plan. So you can really expect more from me because, yeah, this is not going away for now. It needs attention. It needs support. And I'm here to support Jamaica. I have to do what I can. I have to use my channel in the way that I can. With over 10,000 supporters, surely some of you can support. I would appreciate that so much, guys. I'd appreciate that so much. So if anyone has just one question before I go, please let me know. Please just smash the like button. That's going to help to, spread the campaign. I would really appreciate it if you smash the like button. Again, just to help with the reach of this live. Um, yeah, yeah, that would be great. That'd be really good, guys. So I'm giving you the opportunity to ask one question before I end the live. If anyone has a question, then you can go ahead and send me that question. And we're going to go ahead and end the live in the next couple of minutes. Yeah. So, whew, Jamaica has a long road ahead of it. A long road ahead of it. Yeah. And yeah, I have to face it with the family. I have to, walk in solidarity with everyone. It's really hard to turn a blind eye with regards to what's going on. Children not being in school, you know, school buildings being blown and torn apart, families being ripped apart, the devastation. Someone said to me, like, a lot of Jamaicans will need psychological support because of the trauma this has caused or will cause. They're going to need counseling. They're going to need that support. And I was like, you know what? You're right. You're right. So, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate every single one of you who have come onto the live, those who watch a replay. Please do remember to smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. My name is Lady Visionary, currently living in Rwanda, relocated from the UK with my husband and kids. And yeah, we're just on this journey of living life in Africa and contributing to development. And yeah, it's really heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking to see what's going on. So it's like, let's just not move with emotions only. Let's just see what we can actually do that can be impactful on the ground, you know, even if it's just one life that you can support. Yes, so the question is, has any diasporans in Rwanda reached out about what's going on in Jamaica? Yes, definitely. The diaspora, we have very few Jamaican diasporans here in Rwanda, but a few have reached out and, suggest, were giving me, for example, ways that I could donate through the official government website. But in my mind, I'm like, yes, I can donate to that website, but I need to be able to, or the people that I know in Jamaica need relief right now. And relief is taking a bit of time through the government. So I would rather at this moment um, go directly to where, or give money directly to where I can provide that relief almost immediately. So no, we're in talks and we're sharing ideas. So yeah, but we will probably have to think about better ways because I think for a lot of people as well, a lot of us in the diaspora or the people that I've spoken to, they're equally as shocked. They're equally as shocked. So everybody's kind of rallying and saying, right, okay, right, this is what potentially needs to happen. This is what we need to potentially do. So people are talking, conversations are being had, you know, but also I'm trying to make sure that all my efforts um provides the help that is a priority, if you know what I mean. So I'm very conscious about that. So guys, thank you ever so much. I really appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you go ahead and smash the red subscribe button if you're new. Please make sure you like this live as well. Please make sure you comment down below in the comment section any ideas that you may have for me as to how I can continue to push and fundraise and support Jamaica, I'd really, really appreciate it. Thank you ever so much. And I've also provided a link down below in the description bar. So if you are able to support even $1, please go ahead and support via the link in the description bar or pinned on in the comments. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care and make sure you spread the word and the message on Jamaica. We all need to come together and support Jamaica in whatever shape or form. Be a part of change. Thank you guys. Bye bye.